Hi, Freddie. It's Joe. You knew that. Okay. You asked me to keep you up to date on what was happening with the break-in at Neverland Books. Just a lot. I composed like 20 text messages to you and like 1,000 tweets. At one point, I think I broke out a stamp. I just felt like this was going to be the easiest, clearest, quickest way to tell you what happened. Last time we spoke, or texted, I told you about the box. Bree and I went back to Neverland Books and found the box of Cam's fairy dust. Well, after we found it, I dusted for fingerprints and lifted them, like Sherlock taught me. And, oh my gosh, that was this morning. This morning, I brought it all to Sherlock. See what he could do with it. So we waited. And waited. And waited and waited and waited and waited. And waited. We were back at Neverland Books, Bree and I, never out of my sight, like I promised. She asked me if I knew anything about what Sherlock was thinking, and I was like, no one knows what Sherlock is thinking. And, as if his very name conjures him, in he comes, that smug, cocky, gleaming, you know the look. And he said, "What are you talking about? I had this solved hours ago." Okay. Who is it? What is it? What's going on? Remember Bill? Bill, Bree's crazy psycho ex-boyfriend? It's all him. Are you sitting down? Because it's all him. He is so deranged. He broke into Cam's teapot like weeks ago and stole the fairy dust. He drugged Bree. He runs a trafficking ring outside of Toledo. He was in charge of the people that kidnapped me and gave me this. It was all him. All of it. And we just said, oh my gosh, Sherlock, do you know where he is? Oh, yes, I stole Bree's phone. Side note, he stole Bree's phone. And I did the thingy with the tracking and the technical blah blah. Great, Sherlock. Where is he? He's here in Neverland Books. Do you have any hidden rooms or an attic? Bree and I had been alone in Neverland Books all day long. All day long. And he was there. He was in the attic, Freddie. Oh, he was in the attic the whole time. And so Bree and I are just, like, trying really hard not to freak out. So I ran and I locked the door and I got out my gun and Sherlock got out his gun and Bree got out her. Side note, why does Bree have a gun? I mean, I bought mine because I was living by myself in New York City, and Sherlock has his because Sherlock. Wasn't Bree like a reporter? Back to the story. Neverland Books does have an attic. So we went up there. There was so much adrenaline in my body. It was I'm pretty sure I could see sounds. Sherlock goes to pull down the handle to open the door. And all of a sudden, there was just smoke everywhere. It was in my eyes. It was in my mouth. I couldn't breathe. I was coughing. I went into these spasms, and because of this stupid wing, I just kind of went tumbling, and I don't know where Sherlock is, and Bree, I can hear her having coughing fits, and then all of a sudden this breeze like whips by me, and then I'm really out of control, and thankfully Bree grabbed me before I collided into the wall like an idiot, and then I see like the back of Sherlock, and he's just tearing off after this guy, and there's smoke everywhere, and so I managed to kind of recover myself, and Bree starts running after Bill. It was Billy, and Sherlock's flying like a bullet, and I just, try to keep up, but I'm coughing and wing. I was like a moth at a candle, all over the place, and so finally, thank God for Bree, she grabbed me, and I was able to hold on to her shoulder, kind of, and we're just taking off after this guy, and Sherlock's on up ahead of us, and it's all just happening like so fast. And then he's headed for Neverland Woods, and I just know we're gonna lose him in the woods. He whips around and he chucks this thing full on at Sherlock, and Sherlock goes down, and he's tearing through the woods, and Bree is freaking out, and she starts shooting her gun like wildly, and finally I was able to get a hold of her, and I was just looked her in the eye, and I said, "Look, Bree, he's in the woods, he's far ahead of us. A busted fairy and an emotionally compromised woman are not going to be able to take him down." So we kind of regrouped, and we went back to where Sherlock was. He's okay. Bill chucked his phone at him. So now our only means of tracking him was with us. Sherlock gets up, just kind of looks off into the past the woods, sort of laughing like some sort of crazy person. I can't decide which I'd rather him be getting high off of, this or the dust. Probably this. Bree was sobbing. I was swearing. Shut up. So, that's where we are. He's out there somewhere. Bree's gonna stay with us tonight. I think Blue's gonna stay with us too. And anybody else, really. So, yeah. That's what's happening in Neverland. So you're happy you're in Madrid? Beautiful, sunny Madrid. We miss you here. I'm okay. I will be. Bree's okay. A lot of deep yoga breaths. So, sorry this video is long. Do you see how long it would have taken me to tell you this in text or Twitter? gosh. Anyways, I hope you're having a great time. Family members aside. Okay. The end. Oh my god.